Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 5, titled Honey. And wow, this was another really great episode. One of my favorites of the season. I mean, Season 6 has been really good, and 5 episodes in, it's looking like, this could possibly be one of my favorite seasons of the show. It's still way too early to tell, but I'm just saying after 5 episodes, the show is really on the right track. But before we do get into this review, spoiler warning in case you haven't seen the episode. And then also for those who have seen it, let me know what did you think about it. And then also, since Fear the Walking Dead and The World Beyond has been on for a couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a Q&A soon. So any questions you have about The Walking Dead in general, it can be about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, Rick Grimes movies, anything, be sure to leave them in the community section of my channel, and I'll be answering them in a video coming out soon. But with that being said, let's get into the review. So yeah, like I said, great episode. I love the opening minutes. I thought they were great. Seeing Dwight and Sherry, actually talking. This is their real. They reunited a couple episodes ago, but this is their first time they're talking in a while, or at least for us. I think in the show they mentioned they've been together for about a week, but this was the first scene that we've seen them talk to each other in so long, and it's kind of crazy to think about that journey. So that was really cool to see. And I also have to praise the directing for the opening moments. When the masked people showed up, that whole scene was super creepy. Felt like I was watching a scary movie. Really well directed. So the masked people are Virginia's outcasts, which is really interesting because Isaac was also an outcast. Remember the guy who met Dwight, or the guy who met Morgan in episode 1? So it kind of makes you wonder, like, how many outcasts and how many people have run away from Virginia. That's really interesting to think about because it looks like there's a lot, and these people can help our group fight back. And it kind of seems like maybe that's what they're trying to do because the group is getting bigger. They also had the people from that building, and now they have the masked people, and it's kind of scary to think about what Virginia's gonna do to them if she finds them, because that's why they're wearing masks. They have to hide, and that's kind of scary to think about. And once again, I have to say the pacing of this season is amazing. The pacing of the episodes, I should say, because I've been talking about that in pretty much like every single review I've had so far, is that the pacing within the episode is so good, and I think that's why these episodes are so great, because there's no waiting around and stuff like that. Like this episode, right away, we met the people with the mask, and then they had to chase. They had to they got on the horses and they chased the truck. Within the first 10 minutes of this episode, we were already like getting ready for action-packed moments, and there was again no waiting around, and I think that's why this season has been pretty good. And the chase scene with the horses and the truck was absolutely amazing. I mean, I can't believe it happened that quickly into the episode. It was like Mad Max meets Indiana Jones, like when Dwight jumped on the side of the truck. I love that, so this episode was super action packed. It was also really well shot, the scenes. Again, it really reminded me of like Mad Max, so I thought it was a great scene. And even the lead up to the chase, where all the horses were like lined up and we had the western music to it. So the best way I can describe it is it was just really cool. The editing was great and everything. And the horse chase actually had me at like the edge of my seat. And I don't remember the last time that this has happened when watching Fear the Walking Dead. Like literally, I got up and I was like, this is like insane. Like this was actually pretty thrilling. So again, just absolutely loved it. And then Morgan pulled up and he captured a guy with his rope, full western mode, and I love that scene. It was a bit cheesy, but I liked how they were having fun with it. Like all the characters were smiling about it as well. Like Al called Morgan like the Lone Ranger, so they were having fun with it, which I like. Like I love the scene when Dwight saw Morgan and he was like, "You gotta be kidding me." So, and he had like a smile on his face. So, yeah, like no one was taking it too seriously, and I like that. I thought the interrogation scene was also really well done. I thought Dwight was really good in that scene. Both of them were really good. The guy who worked for Jenny and then Dwight, I thought the intensity and acting in that scene was really good. And then we also saw the group having some difficulties with one another. Like Morgan and Dwight weren't agreeing on stuff, but Dwight did change his mind pretty quickly, because at first he wanted to kill Jenny, but then he was trying to stop Sherry from killing Jenny. So I mean, I guess I understand because he didn't want his wife to do something like that, but at the same time, like, I don't get why Dwight changed his mind so quickly. I feel like he shouldn't. I feel like he should have not wanted to kill Ginny in the first place because Dwight doesn't even know Ginny that much. So, again, so I guess now he doesn't want to kill her, or I guess they're trying to find a way around it, like what Morgan was saying, and I think it could work. And especially, I think it's interesting that it was these two characters who had this conversation because remember, I think the comparisons with Ginny and Negan are pretty obvious. I mean, even in this episode, we saw Sherry call Ginny him because she's been thinking about Negan this entire time. And yeah, they're both villains, or they were villains, or Negan was a villain. He's not a villain anymore, but just the way they run things, they're very similar. So with Dwight and Morgan, they both were there with Negan, and they saw how Rick dealt with Negan and how Rick kept Negan alive. So I'm interested to see if that is going to be playing a part in this, because I think it might, because there's a lot of people who don't like Ginny. I feel like there's more people who don't like Ginny than there's people who didn't like Negan, from the Saviors, because there's literally an entire group of people who are outcasts from Ginny. And then we also saw Isaac, like I said before, his wife. So really interested to see how many people really are against Ginny and stuff like that. But Ginny is also hiding a lot of stuff, so there's a lot of mystery to her, which I'm also interested in, with the whole keys and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do the same thing with Negan and lock her up or what. I don't know if they're gonna kill her. Maybe they're gonna try to be the better people and just take over Lawton and her people and just move along rather than kill her. But we'll see. You guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is gonna happen with Ginny? The only problem is that it might be a little bit too repetitive if they do the same thing with Negan. Like, I think if they save Ginny, it'll be the similarities will just be way too obvious. So I don't know if they're gonna do that. But again, you guys let me know what you think. But then that scene with Dwight and Sherry, they brought up Negan, which was like, I mean, I guess it's not shocking or anything like that, but it's just weird hearing Negan's voice on Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, I'm glad they did bring it up because both of those characters, Dwight and Sherry, they've dealt with Negan a lot. I mean, Negan put Sherry and Dwight through a lot. Like, a lot. Like, I remember watching season 7 and 8, and I felt so bad for them. And then Sherry left, and I just felt so bad for Dwight because he would just get bullied, and I was like, my goodness, come on. It was just taking so long for Negan to go down, but it finally happened. And this kind of reminded me of, like, well, how cool it would be if Dwight and Negan reunite. I think that's an underrated reunion that no one really talks about. And I haven't really even thought about it that much until this episode where they started talking about Negan. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I sure hope it does. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, I felt bad for Sherry because you can tell she's struggling with what happened in the past. And, now she wants to take out Virginia because of it. But I really hope this isn't going to be something that separates Dwight and Sherry. I don't think it will. I think right now they're just having a tough time. But in the long run, I'm sure they're going to be okay. But it is difficult to tell what exactly is going to happen to Virginia because it seems like the group might be split. There are some people who want to take her down. There are some people who don't want to take her down. And still, we still have some characters who we haven't even seen yet. So we have to wait and see what they think about Virginia and what they want. So you guys let me know what you think about that. So again, the show has been really good. I mean, I guess my main complaint would be like, I do wish we saw some of the other characters more. I know they're doing like an anthology type thing, but there has been some characters who we've already seen like twice and 3 times in just these 5 episodes. So, and there are some characters who we still haven't seen at all. So I think next week we're going to see some of those characters, but we'll see how they do it, moving forward. But there are definitely some other characters like June, Alicia, Luciana, Sarah, Wendell. So there are still some characters who I like to see more of this season, but hey, I'm not complaining or anything like that because the show has been really exceeding my expectations, and I'm really happy with it. But yeah, overall, really great episode. You guys let me know, what do you think about the episode? What was your favorite part about it? Let me know what you're excited for in the future of the show. Let me know your thoughts and opinions and theories of what do you think is going to happen to Virginia. But with that being said, I am going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. For more Walking Dead videos, and just be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.